before every other panel at this convention was bringing cartoon voice actors down here to San Diego, I started bringing them down to demonstrate what they do because I thought it would make for a real entertaining panel where I didn't have to do any work at all. So I get 6 or so terrific voice actors. We'll have another crop tomorrow for cartoon voices too. Let me introduce you to 6 of the best working voice actors. So these are people who are on lots of shows and work all the time. This is Mr. Jeff Bergman, ladies and gentlemen. This woman has so many jobs, she needs 2 names. Some of them are Gray Delisle and some of them are Gray Griffin. Here's a man with so many voices, he needs 3 names. This is Josh Robert Thompson. I'm actually, the lights are doing strange things to me here. This is Mr. Mick Wingert. Hey guys! That's Caitlin Robrock. And I've been begging this man to do this panel for 10 years, Mr. Richard Horvitz.
Richard, nobody cares about Billy.
You said it, Mandy. Who do you think you are? Dude, I like pie.
We're going to go down the panel. I'm going to ask each of you to tell us your most famous voices that you do. Demonstrate them if you would please. And then I want you to each tell me something you've done a voice for that's very obscure that no one here will know you did. And that the last thing could be a looping job, a dubbing job, a commercial, voiceover someplace, something, not even a named character, someplace we would have heard your voice we wouldn't expect it. Jeff, I'm going to let you start here. What I can kind of guess what your most famous voice is, but go ahead and tell them.
Probably.
It's too dark. I'm a rabbit, all right. Would you like to shoot me now or wait till I get home?
You've been doing Mel Blanc characters, and you've been since about an hour after Mel left us. And you've done almost all of them at some point. You've done Daffy and Forky and Elmer. You do an amazing Elmer Fudd.
Oh, please, I get the voice to it. So let me one of these cartoons. I'm going to get that weapon one of these days.
And of course, for Fred Flintstone, you're doing the late Alan Reed.
Yeah.
You do the late Herschel Bernardi for people.
Charlie the Tuna Pistachios. Charlie section.
Give us some other people. Just before Jeff actually took over the roles, they were making this movie of the Jetsons feature. And George O'Hanlon, the original voice of George Jetson, did his part and then passed away. And Mel Blanc did Mr. Spacely and passed away. And they needed some additional lines, so they came to you now.
It was the tall order because those are some of the giants, Mel Blanc in the industry. And I love both of those characters. I grew up with the Jetsons.
Maybe Jane is right. I should ask that penny pinching boss of mine for a raise. After all, I am the best digital index operator that there is.
And then there's Mr. Spacely. Jetson, don't move. I want to remember you just as you are. Fired!
What are some other places we've heard you?
Well, probably like an unusual job is sometimes when they have a celebrity that's in a film, they're not able to come in and do their ADR work, which is their dialogue replacement that they might need for certain scenes. So there have been certain projects, and there was a film that the actor Seth Rogen did, and so I've been doing some of Seth Rogen's dialogue.
I'm not high at all. But I did smoke this amazing weed yesterday.
they're hearing you mostly these days. Everybody here is hearing you on the Scooby-Doo show.
Yes.
Playing.
I play Daphne Blake. It's a creepy mystery Scoob. I don't know what we're gonna do. I've been playing Daphne for 20 years now, Mark. I want to be very
You were 20. You said you were 20 years old.
Just gotta get into bars. No, I play Vicky on the Fairly Odd Parents. And I play Princess Azula on Avatar: The Last Airbender. Meow, Catwoman on all the Arkham games and the new Injustice game too. And I met him playing Betty Rubble.
Oh, Bonnie.
And I also played Jane Jensen, but I can't remember exactly. We just did it. I just learned it. I think it started something. Oh, George, something like that. Anyway, I had a tape of him. It'd be amazing. You guys would be amazing. And I play Lana Loud on The Loud House. Is anybody watching The Loud House?
And I also play Lola on the Loud House. And I also play the baby that doesn't talk.
And a voice that you would not recognize me from is when I used to, when I first moved to Los Angeles, every girl has to do what she's gotta do. And I did some films, just voiceover trailers, just trailers for those films. And one of them was about little people, and it was called Itty Bitty Bang Bang. And here it is right now. It's a Catwoman voice too. I got to reuse it. It's a small world after all, and a house full of little people with big appetites for. These little ladies are out to prove that good things do come in small packages. Itty Bitty Bang Bang, next on Spice. Sorry, I called all of my friends and did it on their answering machine. I'm like, hi, I guess I'll just do anything for scale plus 10, because I just did a Little People movie trailer, and it wasn't on the up and up.
I auditioned for that job, thanks a lot.
Now, Josh was the voice for several years of one of my favorite characters. This wasn't that cartoon, but it was my favorite character. Tell them about that wonderful job.
Well, I was the voice of talking robot skeleton Jeff Peterson on the Late Late Show. So I would sit behind a wall and puppeteer this robot and do this kind of Snagglepuss George Takei kind of voice. But Craig Ferguson also had an old-timey phone on his desk. And there was a button on the floor next to me that I would push to make the phone ring. And he would have to answer it, and then I would do the voice of anybody that was on the other end of the line. Wow. So sometimes it would be Matthew McConaughey. Hey Craig, how's it going, man? Sometimes I would say, listen to me very carefully. I don't know who you are, but I will find you. I will get that wristband to Hall H.
We have a chance here.
Of the conversation you were about to get into. Of course, I heard you over there doing something from Shawshank, and I thought it was good. I see you down there, Horvitz. I see you. Anyway, I'm done.
Josh, let's talk about some of the cartoons you've been doing.
Well, right now I'm working on a little show called Skylanders Academy.
Yeah!
And talk about typecasting, I went from playing Jeff Peterson, the robot skeleton, to playing Skull, the floating, talking skull.
Kind of fat.
And he talks like this, I'm a skull, how you doing? I got problems. So if anybody out there is a casting director,
Wasn't that the band leader on the...
There's like totally a lot of people out there looking at me. I'm kind of nervous.
But I've also been doing some Iron Man for Marvel in their animated universe. Everybody watching Marvel Avengers Season 4? Just debuted. So we've got, I've been doing Tony Stark Iron Man, you know, that's the way Dad did it, that's the way America does it, and it's worked out pretty well so far. And you know, various other things. Done a lot of incidental work on some of my favorite Disney Junior shows to work on, like Elena of Avalor and Sophia the First and Doc McStuffins. I play a stork that kind of sounds like Groucho Marx on that one. That's a really fun one. Let's see, something that.
If you're a fan of Adult Swim and you like a little show called Mr. Pickles on Adult Swim, we've got season 3 coming out this year, and
I'm Tony Goodman, the little boy who owns the dog that kills everyone, but I don't know about that yet, because I'm not so smart. I'm also Candy, the resident lady of the night. Mom likes me best sheriff, so get back to your room.
Golden the Insatiable was on the air a couple years ago on Fox, and
I was Mrs. Budnick. Dennis Winkler, get back to class or I'm calling your mother!
and my very first voice role I actually got here from Comic-Con. If you're a fan of Drawn Together, a few years ago they did Drawn Together the movie, and through a wacky story I ended up winning a contest here that I did some extra voices for the movie. And I think my favorite one on that was Smurfette. They're at the graveyard of Papa Smurf and just,
I'm glad you're dead, you B-word! I hope you smurf in hell for what you did to me in front of my kids!
be aware that many members of your audience may be under 18 years of age. Well, anyway, something you may not know me from, that is my personal favorite. I love doing some of the voice work for Disney theme parks. So if you're going out to Disneyland Paris, and you go on Small World, you'll hear me be the little yodeler when you go past Switzerland. Yo-doo-dee, oh-lo-doo-dee, yo-doo-dee, oh-lo-doo-dee,
Well, I did a little character way back when that went, aye, Zordon, the Power Rangers are in trouble! Spoonie Beaver, I am Daggett Beaver from the Angry Beavers. And then I did a show with this chick named Mandy. Billy from Billy and Mandy. And I am Zim. I am Chaos in Skylanders Academy, my friend down there, and what's a bunch of other stuff, video games like Raz from Psychonauts, Destroy All Humans, a bunch of stuff like that. What's something I didn't do? Well, I did ADR for a little movie when I first got to Hollywood that I'm not proud of. It was called Itty Bitty Bang Bang.
And I also did Angry Beavers. I did
Yeah,
Angry Beavers. It's a different show.
Right. And I moved that. It was a lot of, oh yeah, right there. That is wild. That is wild. I was Gray Manor in Ben 10. It's time to go hero. Lots of stuff like that. Really things that I've done that people don't know. Well, my first voiceover was I did the recording for Man Studio Theater in Los Angeles, when something like this. Thank you for calling Man Studio Theater, located at 12136 Ventura Boulevard, 1 Blockbuster, Florida Canyon, Studio City. Today we are proud to present Barbra Streisand and Yentl. Yentl rated PG, screens today at 12:15, 3:15, 5:15, 8:15, with special screenings at midnight on Saturdays. That was my first voiceover.